I said we obviously missed a turn off. I'll have to check it on Google later. Google. Good afternoon, everybody. Car Biker here. Just on my way back from yet another trip to the motorbike shop. Been thinking about that MT-09, and I do like it. But unfortunately, although the heart says, yes, buy one now, the brain says, maybe not. I love the bike, great fun. But it's all down to money in the end, unfortunately. So I was looking at the bike. The bike seems reasonably priced for a brand new bike, about £7 grand, which isn't much more than I paid for this one, and that gets you access, obviously, to the best finance deals and what have you. The exhaust, though, very, very steep. So although I was looking at spending £500 or £600 sticking an exhaust on this, the exhaust, the Akrapovic one that Yamaha have done a deal with Akrapovic to design them an exhaust for the MT-09, apparently it was £800, it's now £1,000. And then because of the strange way that options work on motorbikes, you have to pay for it to be fitted. So it's £1 for the exhaust, another 50 quid to have it put on the bike, and then you get to take the old one home with you somehow. Not quite sure how when you've just picked a bike up, which doesn't really sound like an option to me. It sounds like buying an exhaust. You shouldn't, surely on an option you shouldn't have the old one still. If you buy a car and you buy an option for a sunroof, they don't give you the old bit of roof back, do they? But anyway, so there's that, and then on top of that, there's the trade-in price for my bike, which unfortunately was pretty appalling. So there's always the option to sell it privately and what have you, make a bit more money, but I was hoping for a reasonable trade-in. The trade-in that they offered me was about £3,000. The bike, when it was new, the list price was £6,600, I think. Bear in mind it's only 9 months old. £3,000 was what they said, based on it being 9 months old and what they call high mileage, because I've done 6,500 miles. 6,500 miles to me doesn't sound that high. I guess it is. I mean, they're saying that the average one that they would sell would have 1,000 miles on it after 9 months, which sounds to me like somebody's bought a bike and forgotten to use it. They've run it in and then got bored or something, I don't know. Now I still owe on the bike quite a lot more than that, so it would mean that you'd have the £7 grand MT-09, £1,000 for the exhaust, plus the difference between what I owe and what's left on the what's left on the credit and what they offer me for the bike. I'd basically be in for 10 grand. So the brain says, keep it another year. In another year, it can't have depreciated as much again, because then I'd have to pay them £500 to take off my hands. So it will have depreciated some more, but not completely. Thank you very much. And maybe get an MT-09 that has similarly depreciated. Get one that's a year or two old or something. Obviously they're quite a new bike at the minute, so there's a limit to how old you can buy one, and nobody seems to have second-hand ones at all. So I think that's the option. So I think it's going to be back to plan A, which is buy a new exhaust for this one, so I can have it a little bit less quiet, and wait a bit longer, and I'll just have to not be as impatient. Anyway, I'm at Waitrose, which means free coffee time. So I'll just say thank you for watching. Ride safe, everyone, and I shall talk to you all again soon.